when I was 18. Now there was that was probably the biggest decision I had to make in my life. Two big decisions that I had to make with my career. And that was one of them, because at 18, I signed a contract to teach music in a small town that had a consolidated school. The school was large, but the town was small. And I really didn't know them. I knew a lot about music, but I really didn't know that much about what I should do with children. But my mother had been a teacher at 16. So she said to me, you need to get in command of that situation the very first day. And so I did go to this town to teach, and I just loved it. I taught music from right straight through high school, and they told me I had a homeroom. I didn't even know what a homeroom was, because I wasn't in a school where we had double grades. So I had the third and fourth grade, and someone told me before I went in there that there was this little boy, Herschel Toll was his name. I remember him, and they said he's delightful, but he's an imp, and he's going to try to make a lot of noise, and he's going to be a problem for you. And of course, being at 18, I thought, okay, what can I do? And I learned from my mother that I needed to use some psychology. So the very first day when I went in that classroom, and I can still remember it, I said, I'm looking for a young man that's smart and can carry some books for me, because I've got a lot of heavy music books and I don't think I can carry them. Up went the hands, but I knew which one was Herschel Toll. So I said, oh, Herschel, would you be willing to be my assistant while I'm here? He was my assistant, and he was precious. And I was there 1 year when I got promoted to a big school. And so then when I'm at this larger school, where I'm teaching all music all the way through, and plus I have the band and the orchestra, and I'm handling their little musicals and so on, I get a telephone call one day, and they said, we wanted you to know that Herschel, who was a Cub Scout, unfortunately, he just died because he had a leather tie around his neck, and he pulled it too tight, and he strangled. And I grieved over this little boy. Oh, God. And I remembered where he sat.
Mm-hmm. Where did you go from there after you taught at the bigger school?
Okay, then I had a chance. Then I was still studying at Drake, see, because I didn't have my degree yet. I was doing Saturday classes, and I drove to Des Moines with 3 superintendents that were working on their doctorates, and superintendents of schools from different adjoining towns. And they let me ride with them. And so then I meet the supervisor of music for Des Moines. And so he offered me a job. And he said, if you won't tell your age, because I was just 20 then, he said, if you won't tell your age to everybody, because you're going to be by far the youngest teacher in the system. And so he put me in the first semester, he put me in an elementary school, which I enjoyed very much. And then the next semester I got graduated up to a junior high, middle school. And it was then that the war, we were in the war, in World War II. And I decided I needed to do something. I wanted to do something. And so I left teaching there.